time for the last speaker of the event. I would call Johar to introduce the speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now it's time to introduce our next speaker, Dr. C. N. Manoj. Dr. C. N. Manoj holds a PhD in Natural Products Chemistry from Gandhigram Rural University, Tamil Nadu, India. He is a co-author for 20 research papers and 11 patents, President Pelican Foundation and founder Pelican Biotech and Chemical Labs, Private Limited, and many reputed organizations. He worked as a research scientist and technical director in a couple of phytopharma industries, founded Pelican Biotech and Chemical Labs. So products and process with the intent to pretend the environment as an innovator with a Gandhian thoughts and business development capabilities, 360-degree sustainable business model in a waste management, organic agriculture and water conservation in his primary focus. They do this by continuous campaigns for creating awareness in the society, especially engaging with the younger generation towards these sustainable goals. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
You.
You are waiting for the end. I know that. No, I'm not doing the presentation because I need to leave another 10 minutes, and I am sure you want to leave much before than that. So, well, let us quickly get into this discussion. I stand here. I'm actually under pressure because I used to teach quantum chemistry because my guide used to ask me to do that purely as a punishment to the last period. Okay, that's why actually I'm sitting here. I know everybody want to get out, and it's so boring a subject is waste management. Just to get a perspective of what I'm going to say, let me start with this. So people have been talking about concrete. Every cubic meter of concrete takes at least 500 liters of water, I think, right? Imagine the quantities of concrete on the surface of the earth. Every 500 liters per cubic meter is irreversibly attached to that concrete till the end of this world, right? Because it's water of crystallization. It's a water of crystallization means you have lost that fresh water forever. If you want to recover, you have to calcine. You have to heat it around 900 degrees centigrade. This is what is waste management is about. Because every gram of waste what you are creating is irrecoverably dumped into the dump site. So if you talk about dump site and landfills, the problem with that is you cannot recover it back. The resources cannot be recovered. Whatever we have used in so many years. So with that perspective, if I start, the entire discussion, what I am going to do, the entire presentation is, the responsibility is going to get fixed back to you. So there is no switch on. So let me just give a few examples. If you think that still you can drink from these PET bottles, okay, these 500 ml PET bottles, just because you want to gulp and keep it, you don't want to carry a water bottle. I am carrying a water bottle all the way. I didn't even sip it from me. I am going to make you miserable. Okay, so sorry for that. But then if you think this can happen throughout, it's not going to survive. It's not going to sustain. If you think that you can keep buying Swiggy and Zomato in plastic covers, just don't wash it and dump it, it's not going to sustain. So what we are thinking is that all this come with a solution like, the technologies, you can switch on, one compressor will take care of the STP, you can switch on, one electric vehicle will get charged. Sorry, waste management don't have such solution. It starts with you in your house. If you don't segregate, if your community is thinking that you cannot segregate, there is no scope. Don't even have children. Please have a protection right, at the age of 18 so that you don't create the next generation. This is what I told. I went to Delhi. There was a very senior advisor to the government. I was sitting across him. No, Delhiites won't segregate. I told them, you better, please bring back, sorry for saying that, Mr. Gandhi, who actually did vasectomy to all males. That's what is actually the solution in Delhi. So the entire smog, they are complaining about Haryana and Punjab. I was in Karol Bagh staying in a hotel. I got it because I get up at 4:30. The hotel is having 15 packets for making a tea. 2 packets for milk, 1 packet for chai, right? I will not take it. I was running around with my teacup for a cup of chai. The entire Karol Bagh area, they are having Deepavali at 4:30, burning plastics. And they are burning Punjab's haystack. Same thing is happening in Bangalore. I don't know how many of you get out and see what is happening in the roadside. So waste management is basically, it's your problem. Now, couple of problems. I don't know whether there's any residents associations here, not apartment complex. I'm talking about RWAs. Anybody here? Yeah. So, no, I'm talking about the horizontal fellows, not the vertical. Okay. Residents welfare associations. Nobody, right? I will skip this page. Forget. Go to the next one. Yeah, go to the next one. There is no meaning in talking because these are the problems which you are trying to address in a residence welfare. Oh, it's me. It's me. Couple of things to discuss. If you are into aerobic composting in a city, you need to have an inoculum. If people think that you can just put waste into a bin and it can compost, it will not. Be it aerobic or anaerobic, even if it is a biogas plant, or even if it's an aerobic composting system, what is the problem? Along with the biodegradable waste, however much you segregate, there will be small bits of antibiotics. The antibiotics comes from everywhere. The antimicrobial agents come in your vegetables, it comes in your food waste, it comes in your sweat, because we are actually piled up with antibiotics. So the microbes don't grow. I think the STP people also will agree. The entire STP problem is because of the harpic. I don't know if they were talked about that, the toilet cleaners and the antibiotics coming out of the urine and the stools. There is no microbial growth. An STP should have 2 lakh CFU of microbes. It will not have. That is why the anaerobic digester is not working. Same thing with waste management. The aerobic composting systems will not work if you are not putting inoculums. So basically an inoculum what does it do? It breaks down the complex biochemicals into small particles. And for that, so some checkpoints, if you are working in an apartment complex, somebody is telling, I'm going to give an inoculum. The first question you should ask is, what is the colony forming units of microbes in your inoculum? People do just give raw carpet. It's not going to work. It's just going to mask your waste smell. That's all. But if it is an inoculum, it have a specific number of microbial quantity. Next is non-biodegradable waste. Everybody is struggling with non-biodegradable waste. It's not going forward. Why? Because there is no recycling. You need to understand these PET bottles, they're getting recycled and coming back as polyester cloths. Okay? And we have tons and tons of polyester cloths in our godowns. So if you think that some recycling is happening, the recycling is a lie. There is no recycling is happening. Still, if you can say little bit of PET, high density plastic, low density, a little bit high microns, polypropylene, etc. has couple of cycles of recycling. But there is no recycling for paper cups and paper plates. How many of you use paper cups and paper plates in your house? In your apartment complex for a party? Not even a single paper cup is recycled. Nothing is recycled. It is just going to the dump site or it is burnt. So what to do? So I think this is probably, I'm pretty proud that, things are happening in Kerala. Most of the apartment complexes are purchasing stainless steel plates and glasses. And every party is happening in those plates and glasses. So this is another change which you can do in apartment complex where you think about reduction. So that, you don't have to worry about after creating that waste. And then, sorry for saying that every new year, every birthday, every marriage, if you want to buy a new chapel, if you want to buy a new handbag, it's not going to work out because there is no recycling for leather, resin, rubber, nothing, zero recycling. And if as educated people using common sense, we cannot understand that, who else we are actually expecting to do that? I don't know, Dineji is not here. Government is not doing anything, zero. They don't have any clue what is happening. And one of you can become an MLA and minister, possibly one of you. Are you going to make any difference? This is okay, right? Even I can become an MLA. I'm telling you that there is no technology in the surface of the earth which can do all these things. There is only one way: reduced consumerism. So this is actually has to have a constant change process. Unfortunately, again I would like to quote Diniji, who was here. The only hope is students. I interact with students. They don't trust us at all. They are seeing a hypocritic bunch of oldies who has screwed up this world. I'm sorry for saying that using this word. They don't trust this. Diniji, you're here. I'm just borrowing your words, okay, because you have used a couple of very strong statements. The only solution is involving your youngsters. Please get out of that space, at least in waste management. Don't take decisions on that. If you hand it over to the students and children, they will take it, because my mother and my daughter has a huge fight. She's in Bangalore, I'm in Kerala. Every time she comes to Kerala, she's having a big fight with my mother. Whatever I do, they will not segregate. Even in Bangalore, I'm married to a Kannadiga. She come here, sees unsegregated waste. She actually has even gone back to her hostel once. And we are not allowing them to do that, because we are using our parental power to control their instincts, subduing them and not allowing them to frown. Thanks, Diniji, for that. And Apartment complexes, I will come to the problems. I think the major problem apartment complexes has in waste management. So first of all, let us start with this basic idea. As Venkatji was talking in his panel discussion, as per the solid waste management rule 2016, every bulk generator, again there is a Pai Ji, he's here, Mr. Pai. So he was actually, he has left? Yeah. So he was actually making a statement that, this bulk waste generator or bulk, there's a denomination is actually, it's tricky. I also thought so, why this differentiation? But then when I discussed with town planners, actually I was also part of town planning in Kerala. So the amount of infrastructure development, for example, there are 100 houses horizontally. The amount of infrastructure development required for maintaining these 100 houses horizontally versus 100 houses vertically, it's almost, I don't know, in terms of, in terms of cost, energy, civil, it's multiple times higher. So when this such a structure is coming up, Madam Snehaji may be able to say, I think the first commitment the builder or the organization is telling that we will comply with so and so rules of, am I right? So and so rules, including I will be responsible for my water, I will be responsible for my waste, I will be responsible. There is actually there is a norms which you are putting it forward. You may not be doing that, but you are part of the that entire exercises based on which your apartment complex came forward. It came up based on that presumption that the waste, water, everything will be taken care. That is why this challenge. So this question, it hold good. Why 22 rupees versus 11 rupees? Why the municipality is not picking my waste, just getting picked up in the next door? Because this is a presumption under which the building has come up. There is a occupancy certificate which says that I have installed so many waste management systems. I have installed so much of STP and water recycling systems. So I don't think we will be able to fight it any time because the local self-government doesn't have any infrastructure for that. Assuming that, now it's a choice between you want to find out a mafia contractor, give it to him. I'm going to use this word, right? You know very well that it's going to get dumped. Now it is your choice. Whether you want to burn these diapers and napkins on the top of it in an incinerator, it's your choice. So the entire dioxin and furan will come down and give you cancer and the rest of the family. It's your choice. So now all these choices put together, the major challenge is now the capex cost. So one solution probably which has to come around and which we are trying across is actually, can we get into a subscription model where the capex extra can be distributed, which we are working it out in Kerala. The second is multiple vendors. So now you are having a team of people who are doing door-to-door collection. They may not do it properly. Then it is coming to a place and it is given to another agency which is picking up and going. They will, it is not segregated, so I want more cost. These are the things which probably you are facing, or I will not take. That means you need manpower management, equipments, consumables, transportation. So the entire responsibility of waste management is actually split across multiple vendors who very smartly, including me, I have done that. We will put in somebody's head. Oh, they didn't segregate, I don't have a problem. Or they didn't pick it up. So such type of problems, multiple vendors. So there is better to have a single platform. I think that's what I was actually, sorry Prakashji, actually I was gossiping with Diniji on that only. There is a huge possibility of integrating such people in that platform livable so that the apartment complex get a single point contact. I think that is a key. My waste management like STP, probably after the installation, you are having a single point contact. You are not having one person for switching on the compressor and one person for recycling the, doing the backwash of the sand and carbon filter. So you don't have two people, right? Similarly, there should be a single point contact for the entire waste management supply chain. That is the second point. Third is, as Venkatji was mentioning, a pile of waste is becoming a pile of compost. We had this problem. We started this waste management in Bangalore around 10 years back. We stopped it because we don't know what to do with the compost. We have a solution. If time permits, I will show a video of that. Fourth is, whenever you are getting into a waste management system, please account the management cost. There is a cost for that management. For example, starting with the caretaker's cost, his time, and the management committee's headache. If you account it, I know you will be surprised. We had a costing in Kerala. It went up to 500 to 600 rupees. If you had that time for something else, especially in waste management. Then, of course, irregular, the arm twisting of the local authorities, the mafia who will actually make you pile up the waste, and you are actually at their mercy. You can escape this. Second, restricted area availability. There are a few apartment complexes where actually it's pretty close proximity to the waste management, the place, and the residents who are pretty close to that will create problem. So these are the problems which we can address, which major solutions. We have solutions for that. Then smell, leachate, and flies. These are three major problems. apartment complex struggle with. There are this. So why I'm telling this problem is because the solutions are there, and as probably in the entire panel discussion was there, the solution starts with you when you see if there is a due diligence requirement for your document, there is a due diligence requirement for all this process also. Couple of alert which I would give. For example, this is a model which failed because it had holes in the side. The entire leachate used to come from the side, and there was insect infestation, maggots, etc. So that is why we created this model, where probably the side doesn't have any hole, the aerating pipes is inside, there is a air suction possibility from bottom, stuff like that. And please put a shredding machine. For example, any apartment complex is more than more. Can I just play the video? How do I do that? Will you click it? So this is a small shredding unit like this. Why this is required? Because you will be having cucumbers, watermelons, this one, yeah, pineapple stuffs. So they will not compost because the amount of time required for the microbes to penetrate its outer lignin and go inside and compost, it's not working. Yeah, just a shredder. Okay, shredder is very important in composting. Anything more than 100 houses, please put up a shredder. So look into the types of waste what we are getting. It's all big one fellows. This will not compost in 30 days if you are actually looking for a cycle. Yeah, so that is fine. Can you just close this? I will go to the next one. Yeah, this is a dewatering unit. So apartment complex with more than 200 houses, you cannot have this entire stretch of composting bin sitting in your locality. So we have developed this dewatering unit. Can you just play that video? This dewatering unit will reduce your waste volume by almost 50%. That means we are putting 200 kgs, it will reduce to 100 kg. 100 liters of little high BOD water will come. We will put into the head of the STP unit, and he will struggle with that. There is no other way. Sorry for saying that. Yeah, it's a dewatering unit. It's a screw, yeah, it's a screw expeller. You just expel it, and then it will remove water. Yeah, so we'll go to the next slide. Can I go to the next slide? Can I? Yeah. Oh, this is a solution for, I need to play this, 1 minute, there was, yeah. So for that video, can you play? Please put up a garden waste shredder. It's hardly a lakh of rupee. It will easily solve your problem because the powder which is coming can be used in composting system as well as a mulching agent. So if you account for the cost of transporting garden waste versus the machine, the ROI is hardly 6 to 7 months. Yeah, next. Can I play this video? So this is a solution for compost which we are coming with every city. I am actually going to Hyderabad now. I was in Coimbatore yesterday. So this is one solution not only for the compost in your place, but also the dump site clearance which we are doing now. Thanks to again Diniji, because he was in Venice Wipro, we got our first project funded in Bangalore. There is no volume, right? So this project will also stop soil mining. We are actually going to use compost in road median gardening, which we have put forward to VMRCL. They have accepted it. We have started in Kochi. This is what is actually created by us. In every BBMP dump sites, we have huge piles of this, mountains of this, with small plastic bits. It will not go anywhere. It's going to stay there. It will not compost also, because the amount of antibiotics with that. Yeah, so that's actually the technology where we are using an aggressive fungus which can compose through. Yeah, sorry. So we also have transcended one more problem. What we have found is the entire problem of biodegradable waste management is compost don't have value, especially in the southern India. Go to North India, it has a little bit value because thankfully we are surplus of biodegradables. So we have looked into the problem. What we found is the entire food waste of human being was consumed by animals. Our pet animals, like probably the animal husbandry, cows, cats, dogs, birds. The urban-rural divide actually killed this. So we developed a microwave dehydration system which can rehydrate your food waste into animal feed. And the advantage is the ROI is around 16 to 18 months. And this is how it works. Can you play the top video? So what you're seeing is a machine which we have developed. It's a modular microwave heating system. Probably it's also a patented technology by which we are using multiple magnetrons in a single chamber, and we can dehydrate around. Currently, we have machines which can dehydrate around 300 to 400 kilos of biodegradable waste in 6 to 8 hours. Here is one caution for you. There is another heating system which is in the market. It is called as very fondly named of 24-hour composter. It is not a 24-hour composter. It is basically a 24-hour charring machine. The problem with that is, one is energy problem. Today or tomorrow, in another 5 years, it's going to get banned, because the material what it is generating is a toxic pool of polyphenols. It's actually, you're creating another problem now in terms of managing one problem just because of the convenience. Just because of the convenience of putting a machine and running it, you don't have to have composting systems, etc. Please have some common sense thought process in that. So we actually developed this product for those clients who doesn't want to have a composting system. If you feel that that is a problem, it is slightly costlier, but then it is very compatible. You're not able to play that? Huh? Yeah. So okay, that's a composting machine. Probably we can share it next time. So what do we know? So in an apartment complex, if you look into the entire supply chain management, you need to have a proper training in segregation. So what we do the entire process ourselves. We do a comprehensive waste management services starting from door-to-door collection. Just want to give a glimpse of it. So we create a management committee group in the apartment complex. We take the photograph of a person who is not segregating, send it to that management committee. We have incidents when people used to come from office and segregate, because the shaming is the only way. If people have to change, we have to shame. Hardly 10% people don't comply with all these things. We can change them. We need to change them. There is no other option. So starting from door-to-door collection, we have a comprehensive model where you don't have to invest for our capital equipments. We bring our equipments and put it to your place. We work on a subscription model. It's menu based. If you want door-to-door collection, do you want a composting? Do you want us to remove the compost? Do you want us to remove the non-biodegradable waste? Do you want us to remove the sanitary waste? Do you want us to remove the garden waste? So there is a menu. Equipment is ours. So it works on a capex-free model, which we can discuss. If somebody is interested, please get in touch with us. And we also take care of the entire consumables, manpower, transportation, etc. I don't want to talk about this now. You will be very bored about it. Only just watch out this photograph. So please understand that the entire non-biodegradable waste, what you're giving to us, somebody is going to sit and do secondary segregation. So we are having around 20 to 25 items in your non-biodegradable waste, starting from different types of plastics, different types of glasses. So the entire responsibility come back to you to ensure that it is clean. Otherwise, somebody can sit and do this work. Thankfully, we are all sitting in this AC room. Somebody is there, struggling it out because of their life. And please understand recycling. This is the last bit of my presentation, which I'll quickly go through. There is no recycling. I have told all the stories that a few of things are recyclable, but there is no recycling for plastic. Plastic can be recycled only for 3 levels. The virgin plastic can be recycled into a thing like virgin plastic is blow molded. It can go for a film. Once it is used, it cannot be recycled into a film. It has to be recycled into a bucket or mug. Once that is also done, it can be recycled into bush. That's it. In 3 recycling, the entire life cycle of plastic is over. That means we are manufacturing 1 million tons of plastic every day. 100 billion tons of plastic has been manufactured already. Not a single gram is recycled. It is there in our surface of the earth, or in the water, or in the soil. So if somebody is telling that plastic can be recycled, it's a big lie. So don't take into that. That means the onus of responsibility of plastic waste management come back to us in terms of consumption. So what do we do? So the same thing with paper. Paper has 2 levels of recyclability. Every time you recycle paper, 50% of the cellulose strands become shorter, gets suspended in water and get lost. So paper is not recyclable. I have already told that there is no recyclability for leather, resin, cloth, etc. That means the entire non-biodegradable waste is not recyclable. So if you look into the waste profile, out of your 1 kg per waste per day, 350 grams, it's junk. It's going to the landfill forever. So the solution is, this is what actually we are working out in multiple locations. Can we have a package-free grocery supply chain in your location, in your place? Can we have a disposable free dwelling in your place. We can help you with that. Thank you for that. And this is another big thing. Diapers and napkins. I will not talk about diapers because that is only 2 years of our life and 2 years of death, pretty close to that. But napkin is something which probably as a man I cannot talk so much about it, but then it is time for the women to think about it, because every napkin generate 5 to 10 milligrams of dioxin and furan. If you actually put a gas mask and put it to somebody's nose, they will die in 6 months. That is the amount of toxicity one napkin generate. One napkin can kill one person, and the entire thing is burnt. So it's time to change to menstrual cups. It's very easy to say that as a man, but if this product had come now, it wouldn't have got permission to be in the market, because the awareness has come in the market, and there is only one solution when people think about themselves. So this is what we did in Kerala. Just to give a glimpse of it, the entire Kerala, we have considerably reduced the use of disposables, paper cups, paper plates, PET water bottles, aluminium foil, thermocols. Most of the businesses ran out of business. I am so happy about that. Okay, because they didn't have people to buy. So this is one change which can happen. So eventually, these are the changes which is going to make the waste management successful. We are also starting another model now. It has started in Bangalore also. A couple of friends are doing that. The same soilless planting media is filled in grow bags, and we are growing. Don't ask me what to do with the plastic cover. I don't have a solution. I'm telling in advance so that I'm excusing you of a question. So, but there is no other way, because people don't want to spend money on other pots. So at least there is a carbon footprint sequestration is happening. So we are filling this soilless planting media in grow bags, putting a sapling, and then giving it to terrace gardens. These are our partners. Thank you so much. Sorry for this late evening. Thank you, Nimadi. Thank you very much.
This thing, and the organic slurry, which is the output of that thing, can anything be? I mean, we are turning it into a compost at a later stage, putting it in a pit and doing not many things, but it is not happening the way we want. Is there? 2,500 apartment. Oh, okay, right. Thanks. Thank you.
Otherwise, you could attach to the STP, but then STP will because STP. That's what I told. So biogas plant, the slurry has to go to the STP, but then with 2,500, I'm sure it is gone already. So I'm sorry, you have to put a separate ETP plant for that. Nothing else can be done.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. It is not, first of all, paper. It's a plastic coated stuff. There is a plastic coating. The cost of separating the plastic coating and the paper is, actually we had a DST project, and the cost of just separating the plastic and paper is cost of the paper. We should start with booze and cigarette. I'm telling this to the government. First, let us stop banning. Most of you may not agree. I am a fitness freak, so I don't drink and smoke. So let us start with cigarette and drinks. Probably we'll get into the plastic. See, I'll tell you, I'm working with the government. Government is people. Government will just do people what you want. If you are entire people are telling ban paper cup, they will ban it. But the demand is not coming from people. That is a problem. Not habituating, we are influenced. We are thinking that this is lifestyle, having a PET bottle in. See, this has been sold to us, right? This PET bottle concept has been sold. If this PET bottle is not there, some people catch hold of Nimadi's guy, you didn't put water bottles for us. I have paid you so much. See, this has been influence. This is an influence which actually the business people are doing to us, and we have lost our common sense. I'm bored talking about this. I am bored. Nobody know about this? Everybody know. There is no meaning in talking about it. It's something like, talking about, have gender, have equality, have no religious thoughts, no casteism. It's something like this, It's a jargon now for me. Sorry for using this tough language, because you are the problem, you are the solution. I'm merciless in telling this, because you may think I'm a vendor, I should behave like that. I'm not going to behave like that. If there is no scope for change from your side, there is no scope for this world. Sorry for saying that.
That was a wonderful presentation, sir. Yeah, I would like Johar to hand over the sapling to you. Yeah.